Victor, what's happening?
Not much. I like the scary music, man. I like the scary music.
A little Halloween theme going on.
Yeah,
and if you haven't noticed in the chat yet, in honor of Halloween, post up your favorite candy. What was yours?
Whoppers. Love Whoppers. Remember the little cardboard? You put a bunch of them in there. You fill up your cheeks with them.
You know what I used to like?
What?
I like Fifth Avenue is my choice, but the big like little milk cartons of Whoppers.
Yes.
You could not. I mean, it must have been a couple hundred in there.
What did you like before that? What did you say before that?
Fifth Avenue bar. It's like a Clark bar.
I don't think I've ever had a Fifth Avenue
bar. Almonds on top, but they're not real prevalent around the country.
I don't think anybody said that.
Milk does all the way. Rolos. Rolos are good.
Rolos.
Come on, Clark bar. There you go.
Robert Jimenez says baby carrots.
What? Come on.
By the way,
no.
By the way, can you kick him off the broadcast? We don't want him. Baby carrots. Rick Smith, the new Oreo Reese's cups. Okay, I can live with that.
Oh, there you go.
Ed likes candy corn. Matthew's telling on you.
Jeff Mossinger.
You see a lot of Reese's.
Corn.
By the way, Payday. Nikki says Payday.
Oh, of course.
I like Payday.
Somebody threw a $100,000 bar in there. You know, all the sales.
Justin with the whatchamacallit. Airheads or Three Musketeers.
Nice.
Wow. Our Valles Sour Heads. I haven't heard that one in a while.
Ed likes candy corn.
Sugar babies. I remember sugar babies. Munchies.
What else we got in there?
Raisinets.
Oh, king size Snickers. Somebody's going large. Dave Dole.
Raisinets.
Sugar babies. Oh, I remember those.
Yeah, I forgot about Raisinets. I think I want to swap my from Whoppers to Raisinets.
Butterfingers are a good one too.
Butterfingers are a great one.
Good one. What are you doing for Halloween?
So my granddaughter's dressing up as Minnie Mouse. So we've seen the outfit already. It's beautiful. It's just cute. So she's 2.5 years old, so it's going to be funny. It's her first Halloween.
So she'll be actually going door to door.
We're going to take her door to door.
So just the neighbors or like?
Yeah, well, there's a neighborhood across from us where a lot of kids go, so we're going to go there because you need the environment, So we're going to do that. So it'll be fun. So yeah, we're dressed up as crayons, by the way.
Oh, you're dressing up too?
Yeah, we're just everybody. Me, my daughter and my wife we have crayon shirts.
Grandpa's going all in.
I'm all in.
Put like a pointy head on or something.
Maybe you'll get a picture. What are you going to do for Halloween?
I'm actually going to be in Florida on vacation with my bride.
Okay.
A well-earned vacation. We're going to miss Halloween for the first time with the grandkids.
Okay.
But it's kind of sad. But
okay.
But we got 2 Taylor Swifts. We got the little baby girl. I don't know what she's going to be. But then our girl Riley up there in Pittsburgh. She is flat out going to be Elsa from Frozen for the 4th consecutive year in a row.
4 years.
She won't wear anything else.
That's cute.
In fact, they were at the pumpkin farm last week, and Don Sickles will know where this is at. Tracks Pumpkin
Don
Farm.
Rickles.
Don Sickles.
My bad.
Rickles. It's this pumpkin farm down in Pittsburgh. It's Tracks, and they go on these pumpkin rides. Well, my girl Riley, 4.5 years old, she's got her Elsa nightgown on. Right?
Cute. That's very cute. That's cute.
But she had that with her multicolored Crocs on, and that's what she wore to the pumpkin farm.
Crocs.
In the fall. Yeah.
Okay.
This is the girl that she's been on 2 soccer teams and a baseball team.
Yeah.
She refuses to wear the jerseys.
So she has preferences at a young age already.
Tough, but she gets to do whatever she wants because she's our miracle baby.
Is she?
She shouldn't even be here for what she went through as a little one. So
yeah, beautiful thing.
My wife said the other day when she gets to kindergarten she's gonna have to start listening. I said,
no, yeah, I doubt it.
That girl's gonna be her. What else? Anybody else? How about y'all? Anybody dressing up for Halloween?
Anybody dressing up? Come on, somebody. Just give us something good here. It's gotta be real.
I'm a witch and my girls are cats. Very nice, Jessica. I like
Jessica, okay. And my girls are cats. Okay.
I want to go as Travis Kelce, so maybe I can meet. You can't put who was that? I'm not.
You're going to skip over some of these?
Yeah, we're going to skip Jeff's over. Going to be a cowboy. He wants to be a cowboy.
Travis Kelce, maybe. Oh, God. The mustache and the hairstyle cornered me into Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso.
That's pretty cool.
That's Teddy Pascia.
Who said that?
Teddy Pascia did that.
You were saying earlier.
By the way, Alex Gergen. You know what he reminds me of?
Who?
You ever see the emu? What is the emu thing? The yellow. It's all the yellow.
Insurance company.
That's who he looks like, right? Liberty. That's
Alex, we got your outfit picked out. We just got to find a big emu for you.
I do see Don Rickles. Sickles.
Quit calling him Rickles.
He's got the mustache, but he's got that white.
He got a sweet stash. Who else you see out there? We got a bunch of folks on
Barry Polk, man.
There's Sherman Hampton.
Barry Polk.
Sherman Hampton's going as the governor.
By the way, I was hanging out with Mike Palermo last week here because apparently you could make a training session. So apparently you told Mike I had nothing better to do. Give Victor a call. He'll fill in. And we did well, Mike. I think we did well, man. It was good. It was a good group, man.
What's Amani doing?
Kobe Wilson, what's happening?
Amani just left the branch to go sit in the truck so she can
Kobe,
pretend like she's working.
Kobe was like,
look at
Victor
that.
actually called me out. Yeah, Kobe Wilson, I'm talking to you. Smile or something. Nothing.
Dressing up like my 20-year-old
My
son.
girl, AA battery herself. There she is, Angie Almonte.
I saw Mike Hughes was like creeping in the background on her. I don't know.
Jessica Harrell looks bored.
Lots.
Jessica Harrell's like, I don't even know if I want to be here. I mean, these guys are like somewhat entertaining, but not really.
Jessica's a Yinzer too, right?
Is she a Yinzer?
Yeah, you're a Yinzer. Yeah.
Okay. How's she doing? Is she selling a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Who else do you see out there?
Alex Gomez. He looks like he's falling asleep.
There's Dylan Campbell. Dylan Campbell just got promoted.
Did he?
He's the new RSM for whatever. I can't even keep up with the names of the regions.
Did he deserve it?
Oh, yeah, I think he did.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
I got to say that on TV anyway.
Thomas Dunnan is in the dark, so we'll just leave him there.
Jeff Lawrence in the house.
Dylan Campbell looks like he's happy to be on this broadcast.
Well, he just got the promotion.
I'm like, yeah, he's like all good about it.
Promotion. Who else? Man, there's a ton of people on here.
David Wunderlich. I don't even know what to say about his background. He's got, I think, the San Francisco Bridge. What's up with this guy?
There's no San Francisco Braves. I can't.
Bridge.
Oh,
Bridge.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know what's back there, man. He looks. Yeah, he's got the suave look. Check him out. Look at him. He's got the suave look. Got the hair thrown back with the mustache, just leaning back in this chair, like,
Very nice.
Get to your point. You got.
See, our boy Civitone's on the call.
Civittone. I hope he's doing well.
I was up in Boston this weekend, and I sent it out in my message. I was up in Boston. He sent me a nasty note that I didn't even call him.
Oh.
And I told him, I said, Jason, I promised my wife I wouldn't do any business.
Are you saying Jason is needy?
Oh, yeah. I think he probably wanted me to buy him dinner or something.
By the way, Teddy Pascia, man. Dude, it'll be better, man. Teddy.
Mike Krause is laughing about something.
All right, let's go.
Jason Sager's back with us.
All right,
man. There's too many. We got.
There's a lot of people. Joshua Quinones. I think I got that right, man. If I got that Joshua, I don't know how you say it. Is it Joshua or Joshua?
We're up over like 300 people and a bunch of people in their branches.
Just Josh.
Oh, everybody's turning their camera on now.
JQ, how's that, man? JQ, that's all we're dealing with right now. Greg Kivett, I see you.
Will Prince, I saw it. Will Prince was in one of them classes. Maybe
was he?
Is he the one you were talking to?
He
or was he the one I talked to? Yeah.
Oh.
All right, let's get going because we're gonna.
Just one last shout out, Lyle Biggs. That's right. Pull up them glasses, man. Pay attention. It's about to go down, Lyle Biggs. Okay.
I didn't see that. I'll let that go. All right, let's get rolling.
Let's do it, man.
We got some great numbers to talk about. I mean,
hot dang, you got some great numbers to talk about.
We did the residential stuff this morning, and those numbers were absolutely smoking. These numbers may be better.
We need a horn, like doot doot or something. We need something for these numbers.
Some stuff falling from the ceiling.
They're killing it, man. It's amazing.
Let's get after it. Starting out for the month of September, commercially, local commercial sales are up 10% year over year. Yeah, just crazy good. Folks, if you're not paying attention to team sales, you better start paying attention to team sales. Our team sales in the month of September were up 48% over last year.
Baby!
I mean, just
holy buckets,
crazy.
Man.
Just crazy. Total commercial sales for the month of September were up 15% year over year.
Man.
I mean, just smoking.
Wow.
And we've talked about this before with commercial. Our commercial sales since COVID kind of cleared out that first year.
Right.
We kind of held our own, which was surprising during COVID to hold our own commercially.
Right.
We did a lot of with the Vital Clean and some of the sanitation stuff we were doing. But since that day, everything's been double-digit growth on commercial. And a lot of it is the team sales. You know, year to date, we're sitting at local sales, 8% year over year increase.
Yep.
Team sales year to date are up 36% over last year. Total commercial sales through 9 months, the first 9 months of this year, are up 12%, Victor, with a total of $186 million in commercial sales. I mean, just we talk about it all the time. I think sometimes I get numb to the continuing increases. But just tell a little story about some of the companies. This isn't happening everywhere.
No, like I said, I did a presentation and I saw the numbers for this company yesterday, a big company. And again, you're not seeing these numbers yet. I think like you guys are so used to killing it, at least for the last 5 years, definitely, that, you know, sometimes I wonder if the folks out here really appreciate that it's a really good time to be part of Orchid. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm seeing flat or negative, and a lot of companies are happy to just to say flat. So what you guys are doing is incredible. Yeah,
and to talk about that, I talked to a new sales class, a residential sales class last week, right? And the Southeast Division was putting on a class, and there were like 15 new salespeople in there. And the question came up. It comes up oftentimes, and I think it was kind of phrased this way, or maybe I just kind of paraphrasing it. Is this like the golden age of sales for Orkin? And I can tell you, I mean, I don't know that answer because I've only been here for 40.
Right.
And we're going to celebrate 125 years next year.
All right. But in the last 40, Ed.
There's no doubt. There has never been a time in our company, in the time that I've been here, to be in sales at Orkin.
These numbers are incredible.
It's just the money y'all can make and the services we've got to offer, the service that we're delivering, and we talk all the time. We talk very frequently about how much our biggest competitor is struggling. Yeah. It's still time to just keep punching them square in the throat and taking that business away because they'll eventually get this thing reset and figure it out. Yeah. But until then, man, just
keep going.
Just keep after it. Yeah. I mean, just phenomenal. I did want to share a quick snapshot on national accounts because I had to make a presentation in the staff meeting, Pat's staff meeting. Our net national account revenue for the year is up 14.1%, and that's on the backs of a tremendous amount of team sales, as I mentioned earlier. And our GCR revenue, that gross contract revenue, that really is the lifeblood of this business, that money that comes in every month after month after month, or every service after every service, was up 19% in the month of September, and it's up 14% year to date. I mean, just crazy. National accounts is growing to when I first came down here about 12 years ago, it was about 28 million.
Right.
Victor, it's $123 million worth of revenue through 9 months. And it's a lot. Yeah, we got a bunch of national account reps on the call. They're doing their job. They're gaining these contracts. And then these folks are executing on these team sale numbers. It's just freaking crazy. I mean,
if I could beat the drum one more time, it's like, I remember being in a company where we had this mad growth, right? Yeah. And it wasn't until after I left the company that I looked back. And I to this day, I still go, did I really enjoy / appreciate what we were going through?
Because you're in the day-to-day.
Yeah, because I was in the day-to-day. And as you look back, you go, oh, those were some good times. And I guess I just want to remind the people, it's like, they really should have an attitude of gratitude of where we're at and how the business is growing from the inside the bubble.
That's a great way to say that, because you think, I mean, we still get stuff that happens that goes crazy, and you scratch your head like, how did we do that, right? Are you kidding me? Did we really do that? But at the end of the day, when you put it all in the bank, I mean, it's been a phenomenal run, and it's time for me to get out of here so I can go out on top and drop the flag like Jordan did.
You had to drop that one in there. I had to drop that thing. And I thought I'd leave on top.
But no, again, just incredible efforts that you're all putting out there. If you're new here, man, you have landed here at the right time and the right place. Yep. Go get what you can get and get yours. If you sell all this business, you got to make money on it. You got to turn it to profit, right? And that's a big thing. And if we sell all this business and don't make any profit, we don't make any money, then it's wasted, right?
And the bosses beat you up.
The bosses beat me up. Luckily, we're in good shape. So, we just finished out September. We had a phenomenal profit month across all of the brands. All the brands, number one.
All the brands.
And particularly in Orkin, we had a killer September. And we are on profit plan through 9 months with 3 more months to go.
Yeah, look at you. He's smiling. He's smiling.
Trying to get those. Just trying to pull that in. Obviously, at the year end, you try to pull that number.
I've been in those meetings, Ed. Where you got to explain your numbers to your bosses. You're like,
and it's pretty cool. I sat with Pat on Monday. All the bigwigs, they're down at the National Pest Control Association meeting, right?
Boondoggle, you think?
I call it a boondoggle. I don't go. I refuse to go.
Get that on video, send it down to the bosses. He said you're on a boondoggle, doing nothing. Yeah,
I think I told him that when I left.
Okay.
But so he and I sat and we went over the numbers, and we went over, quite frankly, the 100K club in residential, and we went over the 75K club in commercial. Right. And he always has a great amount of interest in that. 10 years ago, our commercial account managers were averaging like $12,000. Right. Now we're in the 20s and 30s and 40s. But he's always very attracted to that. So we sent him down to that meeting, hanging out with Jerry and all the big shots. On plan, which is always good, coming off some good sales and some good profit numbers. But he's always intrigued by that, and he sits down there and he goes over each name. I remember that guy. I remember this gal.
That's cool.
Is that person? Is she new? And so he gets a kick out of it, right? Maybe because he's not as close to it as I am. Like I'll be like, oh ho hum, We had 36 folks get paid on $75,000 in September. And I think we had 34 last month. So I can get kind of, like you said, maybe too close to it.
Right.
But when he sees it, he's like, oh,
he lights up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, he's like, oh, look at this guy. Look at that guy.
No, again, I want to get too mushy about this, but you're impacting lives.
Yeah.
A lot of people who are generating these revenue, you're changing lives, So, this morning when we talked about residential, I think the number was almost $47 million paid out in commissions.
Yeah.
47 paid out. That's a company, by the way.
Amen.
That 47 is a company.
Amen.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Great numbers.
No doubt. Well, in addition to all the good company numbers, we did have 36, so we should go to the tape of the 36 and let you take a look at those folks and see who crushed that 75K barrier.
Do it.
Let it rip.
Welcome to the club.
Victor, those are some scary numbers. My little buddy Victor here with the bald head. You don't like that, do you?
No, not funny at all.
Not funny at all?
Not funny at all.
They put us up to
Not
that.
funny at all.
But we're going to, for today's broadcast, we're going to name my friend, not Victor, we're going to name him Garrett Werfelball.
Werfel. Yeah.
So this is Garrett for the balance of the broadcast.
All right,
Fair
Garrett,
enough?
Garrett's
And it's
doing
Garrett
well.
because Garrett, my man, my Yins are up there in Pittsburgh.
171.
Got paid on 107.
What the heck?
Are you kidding me?
The
Come
Werfel
on.
ball.
The Werfel
Oh
ball.
my God, he killed it right there.
So as you know, that's $500 for G Werfel up there, and it's $100 for everybody else on the list. I'll get those gift cards out on Sunday. They're going to come out on Sunday.
Nice.
I already have that
Nice.
baked into my calendar before I go on a little downtime.
Some of the
Who
names?
else you see on there? A bunch of new names. but go ahead.
Lauro Guajardo.
How about that?
Out of Texas, man. Way to go.
Look at 165,000.
That's a big number, Lauro.
Jessica up in Buffalo. I mean, look at that
Jessica
number.
B.
I spent some time with those
East
guys up there.
Coast.
Maybe like about a year ago, I was up there with
Okay.
Jesse and them. Just crazy good stuff.
Jessica Craven.
There were out of the 36 people, we had 16 different regions, which is super cool, right? Make that list. So again, it's never the man or the woman. It's always the man or the woman. It's never the land. You can do this anywhere.
Yep.
Heck, you can just go down the list, right?
Gerald Jones.
How about that?
Indiana. My man.
Matt Jennings hits that list out of Dayton. He's the guy that said I eat like candy corn. I guess
There's Jason.
David Cochran out of Pensacola. Pretty
bit.
cool. Who else you got?
B. Clark. Obviously, got to give a shout out to your boy. Chris. Some people call him the GOAT Pierce.
No, all people call him the
Oh.
GOAT. I think Jeff put something in the chat. It's like his 35th year, 38th
30th
year.
year. Let me see, when
President's
was it?
Club every year.
Has
I mean,
he?
just every year. Every year.
That's just, was it 38 years?
Yeah.
Buckets.
He is. He's the best commercial salesman ever. There's no doubt. Nobody can hold a candle to him.
Man, that's
A couple
nice.
other names. Alberto's a brand new name out of Riverside. Look at that.
Okay, way to go. Alberto.
James Peacock is on there. I saw James on the broadcast. I think that's his
Gansert.
first. Dennis Gansert makes an
Albert,
appearance.
my man.
Albert. Yeah,
Albert.
Yeah, you love you some
I
Albert.
do, man.
We had two in Penn, Jersey, which is really
Seabrook.
cool, right?
Yep.
We had two in Southwest, and we had two out of Cedar Rapids. I mean,
Nice.
out of the Rescom region up there, out of the Rescom branch up there, We had 2 make that trip. Who
I'm
else?
gonna screw this name up. Zachary Giargiulo.
I'm glad you tried that one because I didn't have that.
I'm gonna go Zachary G, man. I'm just like, it's congratulations. That's a big number right there. Earl Cachola.
Another new name,
Hawaii.
Right? Another new name.
Honolulu. Man,
Deanna Lewis has been on the list before, but it's been a while. Don Goyette out of Oklahoma City. I think that's a new name for me, Victor.
The Goyette.
Devin,
Don, like the Don.
Yeah,
Can you just call him the Don?
Matt Spears out of Toledo. This is outstanding.
You got Son Doan.
Yeah, Sonny Doan.
Sonny Doan.
Yeah,
nice.
we had 2 out of Penn Jersey, him and Joe King.
Jesse Jolly down at the bottom. And bringing up the rear is Matthew Bankovic.
One of those guys out of Cedar Rapids.
Nice.
There is one guy missing, right?
Okay.
And we made all of the President's Club corrections.
Okay.
So if you looked at those President's Club lists, my man Jason Civittoni just dropped the mic on you. I don't know how anybody catches him, but we finally got all that Boston airport figured out. We finally got Keith Colbert. He sold that University of Kentucky. We got that fixed. So you saw those guys just skyrocket to the top of the President's Club list.
Yep.
They're 1 and 2. I mean, I don't know how the heck anybody chases Jason, but maybe there's another Boston sale out there.
Yeah.
Maybe there's another Boston
Where's
airport.
Jason at so far in his number? No.
He's like
is he
2.4 million or something.
Man,
I mean, he's crazy.
He's cranking.
Just crazy.
He's cranking.
And this will be, if he hangs on, it'll be his 3rd consecutive win as the number 1
I'm going to call
salesman.
out some people on the screen here. Let me see.
Oh, wait, I got one more.
Okay, who you got?
I got Matt Myers. So Matt Myers' correction did not get in time to fix it for the video.
Okay.
They just got it done yesterday. Katie Hagan sent me a note last night, and
Matt
Ben
Myers.
and these guys had cooked it, but Matt Myers should be on that list with the 158,000.
Eminem should be on the list. How much?
158,000. And
wow.
So he's like at 4th or 5th up there.
Jeepers, he's up there,
So
man.
he's on the list. Sorry, apologize for that, Matt. We'll make it right. We'll make sure you get the gift card. And I think that did put you into the 25th spot at President's Club, too.
Nice.
Just
Let me see. Who should be in this list? Brittany Smelcher. Brittany, where you at?
Oh.
Come on, you spell your name differently. Come on, let's get on the list. Jeffrey Beck, I'm seeing you. Is Jeffrey Beck on here?
There's Don Goyette. There he is.
No, Don Goyette's on there. Who else is out there that's not on this list? Roberto Jimenez. I don't care how young you are, man. Get on the list, man.
All right, let's quit getting in trouble. There's Bruce Scott. Bruce Scott's on the list. Bruce Scott's on it. Bruce has been in on the broadcast.
How about Jeffrey Mazie? He looks like he's just kicking back, enjoying life too much and not selling anything. Is he on the list?
Tim Schleier, he's reading his email, I think. Tim, you awake? Are you with us, Tim? There you go.
There you go.
Good,
All right.
good looking stash.
Yeah.
All right, so
Melanie, I said hello.
Jeff Rethmelamani says hello. He's pinch hitting for Stormy in here. He screwed up the first broadcast, but
It was
we're better now.
It was bad.
We're better now.
Yeah, we're better now. Yeah.
So today, let's talk some content and get these folks out of here and get them back to work.
Okay.
I want to talk books. I want to talk books with you, and I want to. Some of you have been a participant in the audience when I've been doing my rubber chicken circuit. I called you like the first half of the year, where I go around and talk sales to people, and I'm recommending books and triggered this. 2 things triggered it. The first thing that triggered it was a post that you put up on your channel, where you spent about 20 minutes on the value of reading books and how you read books.
Yep.
So I want you to kind of cover that first. But then I want us then to delve into a couple other things about, we want to try to encourage you to read some books. And I want you to start with your spin on it first, because I do things similar, but there's some stuff that you do that I saw again in this clip that I said, I need to do that better. So go ahead.
Yeah. All right, so let's tee it up with why you should speak and how much time you should invest. Now, Ed and I talk about this all the time. All you got to do is to grow 1% every day. 1% of a full day is 15 minutes. In other words, there's 1,440 minutes a day. 1% of that is 15 minutes. If you invest just 1% a day, 15 minutes a day, by the end of 70 days, you'll be 2x better. End of 232 days, you'll be 10x better. At the end of the year, 365, you'll be 37x better. So all you need is to give 15 minutes a day to something. So I usually read books. I told Ed I can't do Kindle anymore. I just have to go back to the organic stuff. When I talk to people about books, they go, "Why should I read books, Victor?" I said, when you don't read, when you don't consume new content, think about your thought process. Think about your brain as almost like a room with furniture. All you're doing is moving furniture around when you don't read. When you read, you're introducing new concepts to kind of make things better, so to speak, and be better at your job. Second reason people don't read is that, Victor, I started reading a book and then I never finished it, so why read again? I think that's one of the worst excuses you can have. So here's the trick. Ed knows this. When I buy a book, I have a 100-page rule. And if after 100 pages I'm not in, I'm just not in, and I donate it to Goodwill. I have something called the Golden Shelf, which is what Ed's going to refer to in the future here, is that I don't keep a lot of books. So every 6 months, I purge my bookshelf, and I only keep the best of the best. Today, I think I have less than 50 books, and so I've read, I don't know how many books I've read, but again, when I read a book, if the first 100 pages doesn't sell me, I move on to the next one, and there's no guilt in getting rid of the book. Number 2, I dog ear all the important pages. Number 3, I have a conversation with my books. In other words, I actually write in all my books in the margins, and I start chatting with my books. Like, I don't agree, that's stupid, that's brilliant, and it allows me to kind of interact with the book.
Yeah, and I the same way about the Kindle. I tried my wife's Kindle. My kids are like crazy readers, and my wife reads constantly, right? I mean, she'll go to bed for a couple hours, and she'll just read for a couple hours. And luckily, she's taught that habit to my kids. But I lost that.
Right.
I lost that gift. About 2.5 years ago, I started reading again. I'm, as most of them know, I'm really big into social, and I'm into YouTube, and I'm into all this kind of stuff, and ton of podcasts and stuff, right? So I consume content that way. But it was Mike Rayburn actually that poked me into reading a book. He said, "You got to start reading. It'll make your mind, keep your mind sharper."
Right.
So I start reading. But one of the things that I've done from the very beginning, I used to read a ton of books. Starting out with the Sales Bible years ago. I have always used a highlighter, a red pen, and Post-it notes to kind of mark those kind of things. So I think you have kind of I guess you call it kind of a shorthand, right? That you use to do that.
So I do the P at the beginning of a paragraph if I like the paragraph. If I like the whole page, I used to do what you used to do, probably you highlight the whole thing. I'm like, that looks dumb, for me at least. So I just dog ear that. And so usually by the time I'm done with a book, I'll see how many dog ears I got, and 10 is the minimum for me to want to keep a book, right? And so I have less than 50 books, which means I can go to any book on that shelf and I can tell you what concepts are in there and why I kept that book. So the biggest thing you need to do with a book is to read with intent. Here's what I mean by that. Like I told Ed, for the next 2-3 months, I'm focused on just contractor sales, which means the only content I'm going to consume is just those types of book. Ask yourself, what skill set, what behavior do I need to improve on, and then buy those books. And again, when you start reading it, if after 100 pages it doesn't sell you, get rid of the book, go get a new one.
Yeah, and I would share this. So I'll tell this story. I was up, as Jason knows, I was up in Boston this past weekend with my son. And my son's like crazy smart, right? I mean, he's just like a perfect SAT. I mean, just a really smart kid, and he's got ADD. And I said,
interesting.
So I finished the Chris Cornell book, right? The Soundgarden guy, that ended up offing himself, and it's kind of a sad story.
Yeah.
But I finished the book, and I took it with me because, we kind of have the same music taste. So I give him the book when I get there the first day, right? We got there Thursday afternoon. I give him the book. I said, take a whack at this. Oh, I can't read books. He said, I can't read books. I can't keep my attention span.
Right.
So I said, just take a shot at it, right?
Right.
So he comes back the next morning. We meet him for breakfast. He goes, I couldn't get through it. He said, I tried the Audible piece.
Right.
Not Audible. He did it through the Boston Library, right? And then he's listening to the book. And he goes, the guy that was reading the book was horrible, so I stopped. And he reads takes all his content in podcasts and books at 1.5, and you do the same. I can't get it.
1.5.
I'm like 1.25 on the speed to get.
By the way, if
quicker.
it's a fast speaker, I'll bring it down to 1.25.
Yeah.
Because you can change the speed on how fast you listen to something. But the average speaker, if they go real slow, 1.5.
Yeah. And you get through it quicker that way. The other thing that happened when I had this conversation with him, I said, that's part of the problem why our people aren't engaging. I've been pitching books for the whole time. I took a sales manager job in '97, and I've been trying to convince people to do books. So even if you can't get the book and read it the way and mark it up, at least take a whack at the Audible. And if you're a manager out there, if you got your employees that want, your salespeople that want subscriptions to Audible, spot them the money. And I think that at least gets you started. What I'm always amazed with you, and when you get up in front of groups, you will spit facts and quote things out of books that we talked about this between the broadcasts. I don't have that pullback capability, but you mentioned that it's because you're only focusing on 30, 40 books, right?
That's it.
And where I got a shelf in my house, I probably have 200-300 books. And what I'm going to do with books is, when I punch out of here very soon, I'm going to do what Phil Harris did, the division president from the Southeast. He had his own little bookmark made with kind of like his favorite saying.
Yeah.
It was the starfish. That was the thing that was kind of his carrying card. So he had that made, and it had in there, and he gave all of his books away, and I was a lucky recipient to get one of them.
That's an interesting
story.
story.
I treasure that book, And it was just something along those lines. But we want to try to convince you to read books, and if you can't read books, try the Audible. The other reason that I kind of want to talk about books today is I got this book. I bought this book October 8th. I got an email from the author 2 days ago. The guy's name is Doug Robinson. Some of you know him, some of you don't. Doug Robinson was a sales trainer here. And quite frankly, other than Larry Guard, he taught me more about sales than anybody I've ever met in my life. He's a Southern guy. He's country, pure country, from Albany, Georgia. And what happened is he became a sales trainer up here for the Southeast Division, and he fell out of love with somebody, right? You know what happens in this political palace we have down here, right? He aggravated somebody, so they told him to go home, right? They told him to go home. So he wrote this book, Sell Is Not a Four-Letter Word, shortly after leaving Orkin, right? Trying to strike out on his own. He became kind of like you, like a sales consultant, and primarily worked with Orkin guys and Orkin franchises. They know him really well. But what was neat about the book is that he self-published it in 2012. And it didn't get any legs. You've tried that path to self-publishing.
It's very hard, very hard.
Difficult, right, to get traction. So Doug is going through some stuff, right? So he had bladder cancer, and he had a whole bunch of operations. He went up to the Mayo Clinic to get these operations, and he said while he was sitting up there waiting for an operation, a publisher from New York City called him and said, "We saw your book. We want to help you publish it." And that's like a rarity, right? I mean, because you've written how many books? 16?
18.
18 books.
Yeah. I've never had one pop.
Yeah.
It's the dream to have one pop. Yeah.
Yeah. So he sends me this note and he says, I'd appreciate it if you would promote it.
Yeah.
This, folks, is a Orkin sales Bible.
You were saying that, yeah.
On Orkin. This is all he knew, right? And what's cool about it is it's short chapters.
Yep.
He's a storyteller. Talk about that.
Yeah.
You flipped through a few pages.
Because a lot of these books, like when you look at like books like Influence or some of these other books, today's books are more technical. They're a lot of data driven. It's almost like we've lost the art of storytelling in some of these books. That book is full of stories and anecdotes that I think people are going to be able to garner something from. So I'm looking forward. I was just cruising through it. So again, I'm going to read it.
And that was Doug. He was a storyteller.
Yeah.
And a story seller. You guys have heard me numerous times just talk about you got a story sell. Quit spitting facts. Quit doing that. Start telling with stories, right? And selling with stories. And I think I picked that up from him.
Yeah. He's got a couple of interesting things in there. He's got this one with the 10 questions in there that really grabs your attention. So he's got some good stuff in there. So congratulations to him. Yeah.
So here's what's happening. Just to tee this up. I bought 100 of them. I got 12 of them coming to all our residential DSMs, and I'm going to get some to Mr. Palermo as well to get those spread around. Okay. So they're going to get that. I've got about 40 myself. So if you want one of these books, send me a note, why you want it. But the other thing I'm going to do on top of that is in tonight's message out to the field, I'll pawn this message out tonight. I'm going to give you an order form where you can pick this book up for $12 to include shipping. And I don't know. If I'm a salesperson, I'm buying it. And if I'm a manager, I'm buying one for everybody in my room. And maybe Josh Gillespie has done a couple of things with book reports with his people, taking his whole team, he's an RSM down there. I would recommend maybe we do that. Let's cover a couple, 3 chapters, and we're going to talk about this on Monday. You read chapter 1, I'll read chapter 2, and we'll spitball it. Just like my wife does. What do they call them things? Book club.
Book clubs.
I think they just go to drink wine, but she claims that they review books, but I think they just go to drink wine.
I want to emphasize something. As you're going through the books, like I said, do what I do. If I feel like I know it already, I just skim the chapter and move on to the next one. And I just keep it like a rock. I just keep it moving. So rock skip through the book.
And I think, it's 40 years in the business, 40 years of selling pest control, termite stuff. You've been in the sales game a long time. You'd think that there's not stuff you could pull out of it, right? Man, every time I open a book, I'm reminded of something, or I get a different way to maybe spin it. And I think that's how you stay
I see that a lot, that people get reminded of something. They used to do it at the beginning, and they were very successful. Then you just kind of start deviating from the path, and you forget about it and no longer doing it. And sometimes you read something, you go, oh, you know what? I need to get back to doing that. And that right there is worth the value.
I'll throw this slide up that I've been using as I've been traveling around the country. Jeff, you can throw that slide up. We'll talk about that real fast. This is the slide that I've used in all of my presentations, a variation of it, about the books that I recommend. I've read every one of these books at least once. I had to read Inner Excellence a couple of times. I would start out with the Sales Bible. That sell is not a 4-letter word. That's the old version. The new one is just hot off the presses of Doug's book. All these books, Sales Differentiation, The Perfect Close, I think. I've shared that in my nightly message with you. If you're not landed into that one, you got to. So just all these. Never Split the Difference. Victor's response block selling is, in my mind, the reason that he's with us and has been with me, talking to my salespeople for the past 13 years when I was the Northeast guy, Northeast DSM. I brought you in to do that because I kept spitting stuff and telling stuff, and I said, people are tired of hearing me Let me bring somebody else in. And some of you know the story. I found him online. I found him on YouTube. I sent him a DM. I'm living in Atlanta. I was living in Ohio still. Yep. And I sent you a note and I said, I'd love to talk to you more. And he said, well, I'm in Alpharetta. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yep.
You're right underneath my nose.
Yes.
So finding somebody else to talk to your people. So any that jump out?
I'm going to recommend just 2 books.
These are commercial, folks.
Yeah, commercials. I'm just going to recommend 2 books for commercial. The Perfect Close by James Muir. James Muir is a good friend. I love this book. It's just simple on closing. If I'm only going to pick one from the bottom row, on this one, I will go with the Challenger Sale.
Yeah.
Because the Challenger Sale is commercial, B2B. Yep. That is the book. And if I had to choose between the Perfect Close and the Challenger, I would choose the Challenger.
There you go.
So I'm giving you nailing it down for you.
But let's talk the Jolt effect too, because you talk about Matt Dixon, the guy that participated in writing.
So it's an interesting. You can come back to me, Jeff. What's interesting is that Spin Selling, which is a book on the actual on the list here. It was in the, I think, early 90s or late 80s, one of the two. And so Spin Selling was the first book that actually documented what the best of the best do in terms of real data. Then fast forward 2011, the Challenger Sale comes out and builds on Spin Selling. So that's why I don't recommend Spin Selling anymore. I said, go to the Challenger. 2 years ago, Matt Dixon came out with a book called The Jolt Effect, Jolt Effect. If you wake me up out of a dead sleep and ask me what's your #1 book right now in sales, it's been for almost the last 2 years, without a doubt, The Jolt Effect is, because that study was based on 2.5 million calls. They looked at over 8,000 different attributes of salespeople to determine what the best of the best do. So I highly recommend The Jolt Effect. You will not waste your time. I've read it twice already. Eventually, I'll go back for the 3rd time. It's a good book.
And
great book.
We've actually featured that on one of our broadcasts a couple of years ago when it first came out. And I would also encourage you to go out to YouTube and just put Matt Dixon, Victor. There's a 45-minute podcast that they do together where you interviewed him. It's pure gold. I've watched that thing like 5-6 times, and it'll lean you into that. It'll lean you into that.
He was a great guest. Like I said, the content is solid. I mean, just solid.
Yeah. So again, just that nudge to get into, Jerry Galoff, our leader, is all about this getting better before bigger.
Yeah.
And my messaging all through the spring has been, and through the summer has been, let's just get big, let's get better. And I think
I love that line, by the way, better before bigger.
Yeah,
better before bigger.
Really, really cool.
Oh,
so that's one approach I think that you can use to get
let me see. We got
better before bigger.
So Nick says the Challenger Sale, he'll go with that.
Yeah.
Angie AA says,
put your books in there.
Yeah, Angie, I'm with you on Fanatical Prospecting. Jeb Blunt, good friend. I love Spin Selling, says ROL. Are you ready? I read that like 15 years ago. It's a great book. It's a great book. These are all great books. But yeah, I think you need to put new information into your brain if you want to get bigger, better. Do you know what I mean? You just have to. But again, don't use the excuse that you don't have enough time. Just a couple of pages here and there, you'll get through a book.
Again, that whole rant that I go on the 1440, trying to find 15 minutes, where I do most of my reading now, and I got Doug's new book, and I was reading it on the plane down from Cleveland on Monday, and you can see the highlights and the red pen underneath it.
I think for the folks here, you should just recommend that one as a starting point for everybody.
Yeah. And you'll be able to buy your own. And Ron's trying to have me spend more of my money. 12 rules.
He says, give it to everybody above 75 is what Ron Fay says.
And Ron's not being selfish. I don't think he was on the list this month, but he was last month.
I'm
going to have 40 of them.
I'm not going to argue with Ron. I think Ron has a good point.
These are salespeople. I want y'all to kind of sell me on why I should send you a book. Cold Calling Sucks. That's a great book.
Tara Shawn says, Atomic Habits, read 2 pages. That it? 2 pages? A great book. I think you need to read more than 2 pages.
You know what? I like Clear, but I like them on audio.
Do you?
That's James Clear.
James Clear? Yeah. It's a good book. By the way, that is a fantastic book. But anyway,
Jordan Peterson makes my head hurt. I'll just tell you that much.
Yes, she does.
Love it. Let's do some housekeeping and get out of here. We're way over time. There's lots of months left. I think that's the first thing I want to convey to you. It's Wednesday. We got all of next week to sell and get business started and get after that list. As we open the month, I shared with you that this is the longest selling month we have all year. Take advantage of it. I mean, think about it. We still have a whole bunch of selling days left to make stuff happen. The other thing I remind you of is we've got about 10 weeks left to punch your ticket to President's Club. Maybe somebody can chase Jason down. I don't know if that's going to happen, but there's 25 of you that are going to go to President's Club, and it's all going to happen in these next 10 weeks. That's where we shake it all out. This last quarter is where it really gets competitive and really gets. When you earn your way to President's Club in this last quarter of the year. The other thing that is vitally important, I know we got a bunch of new folks on the call. You commercial salespeople have a unique opportunity our residential folks don't. you dial in your commissions. You dial in the rate of your commissions for all of next year based on what you get paid on the recurring side of it, based on what you get paid on this year. So make sure you're tracking those numbers so that you're crossing those thresholds and you don't end up like somebody ended up like $900 short last year, Victor, of picking up another percent on everything they sold this year. And that shouldn't happen. I mean, if you got to go out and help the pros start the business, just be focused on that because you don't want to give up a point. You know, you want to get in this 20% range that these folks are all in. You know, the tier tops out at 20%. And I think, I don't know, maybe Palermo can put it in the chat. We've got about 30% of our salespeople are earning 20%. They've advanced from the 15. And each one of those thresholds gives you another point. And December 31st, net started business, it would dials and locks that in. Don't leave money on the table. Team sales are booming. If you're not mapping your plan, you're not reaching out to cats like Sherman and all these other folks that are in this call, you need to get after it. Victor, I just saw a blurb between broadcasts. Your city has lost its crown. Chicago has lost its crown of the rattiest city. The rattiest city. It's out there.
I think that's good news, by the way.
I think it might be. Being up in Boston, I don't know. I was walking that Greenway, Civittoni, and I don't know, man. I saw a rat that was, it was like a giant raccoon. It was a rat.
They're big.
And my wife said, "Is that a rat?" I said, "Yeah, baby." And the other thing they got up there, they got these seagulls are bigger than that pumpkin.
Really?
And we're used to little Lake Erie seagulls, right?
Okay.
You know, we got one up the lake that's our friend Seymour, right? These seagulls were like, they were as big as this thing. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Did you call it?
So no wonder Civittoni's selling all that.
You named it Seymour?
You named him Seymour. Yeah. My wife hand feeds him. He's our favorite seagull. I guess the last thing is safety. The safety message I would leave you with today as we get into this Halloween season. You know, these kids get out at night, and you know, I got 4 little ones that'll be walking the neighborhoods, and just be mindful. They'll do crazy stuff. They'll jump out behind cars. They'll run out in the middle of the street. They're all excited. So be safe and make sure you have a safe holiday and all that. And other than that, I think that's it. I think we've dialed in the date for the broadcast for next month. I think we settled on the 18th.
Correct.
So I'll get some links out on that so we can get ahead of that a little better than we have been doing. I just can't thank you enough to what you all are doing. I mean, it's miraculous what's happening here at Orkin. So thank you. Be safe. Have a great finish up of this month and kill the quarter.
All right. Happy Halloween, guys.
See ya.